Yo. Same old boy 100. Counting these hundreds, I started with nothing. I'm in here, man, to let y'all know about my mega church. Hold on. My bad. I already know that I came off. The audio was horrible. I already know I had it hooked up to the Bluetooth. Same old boy 100. Counting these hundreds, I started with nothing, man. I'm here to give y'all my mega church experience, right? Check it out. Dig this, right? I went to a mega church called Freedom Church, right? Freedom Church. It was in Kennesaw, Georgia, Ackworth area. It started off at the Ackworth High School. Then they got their own church in Kennesaw. So it moved. So we used to be in the high school at first, right? Mind you, this church was wild, man. When I say it was an hour long every week, every Sunday. An hour long. They got us in, got us out, got the collections and they ties fast. And they got, like I said, they got us in and got us out. They ain't had no food out there like the old school churches. I went to a church. It wasn't a mega church, a regular church in Chicago. It was called Second Mount Vernon. They fed us on Sundays. They used to have like you go over there to a nice meal after the church. You know, it was right on 79th. I forgot 79th or what. I don't know if it's Ashland or something. I know it was on that south side. That's when I was standing out there, 12206 South Union in the hundreds. So boom, however it go. I got baptized at this church. I did a lot at this church. But one thing I didn't get was support when I needed it. I was going through some stuff just mentally. Mind you, I'm trying to get my life together. I'm on the road with Low and everything like that. But you know, I was a family man. I had 2 kids and a lady down in Georgia. So I'm going through some stuff mentally. My finances wasn't right. My paper's down. So I'm at this, like I said, I'm at Freedom Church. It's a mega church. It's up and coming. They made so much money. They, you know, like I said, I got baptized there. I got a lot of stuff there, but support. So, you know how, as a man, when you're going through that transition, trying to get your life right, just trying to be a better family man, you like, maybe I go to church. I'm going to go to this church. It's only an hour long. I ain't tripping. I get into church, mind you. Every week I'm donating. You know what I mean? What's good, Mr. Phillip? Hey, every week I'm donating. I'm getting that paper up, doing everything I'm supposed to do as a resident in the church. You know, I was in there. That was my church. Took my kids there every week, my lady there every week. We was there every Sunday. So I'm dealing with just life, man. Just dealing with life. Life will hit you hard, man. Yo, what's good? Life will hit you hard, bro. Hit the like button on y'all way in. Even if y'all just leave and come out, hit the like button. I greatly appreciate it. Life hits you so hard sometimes, man. You just seek guidance, man. And I call myself seeking guidance with my pastor. I don't want to put his name out there, but you can see it. That picture, that's the church, Freedom Church. That's the pastor. I ain't got to say his name or whatnot, but that's the church I'm discussing. Boom. I'm at my worst. Financially, mentally. It wasn't even a money thing. Because my kid's mom had paper, but I wasn't having no money. I come from a trapping lifestyle where I'm getting money. I had a block called 21st and paid. It's snowing. I'm making it snow. But right, I'm a trap. I come from trapping. I had the Vikes and, you know what I mean, Somas and smoke. And I had the gambling joint prior to moving to Georgia. So I always had some money. When that money started running dry, you know, I just need to speak to somebody, a man. I'm like, yo, maybe I could talk to my pastor, right? So I contacted him. He dubbed me. You know, I'm like, okay, I contacted him a few days later. He dubbed me. He didn't even hit me up or nothing. He didn't acknowledge what I was saying. So I seen him at church and like, yo, look, man, I've been dealing with some stuff all week, you know? I've been dealing with a lot. And maybe if I can just talk to you about it, man. You know, I don't know. I'm trying to seek guidance. I don't know no better. I'm new to the church. I thought this is what you're supposed to do when you go to church. Wrong. Not at a mega church. You are not a priority. Only priority is to get that pape. You hear me? Only priority was to get that money. All the donations I made, All the times I showed up, I volunteered. I used to volunteer at the church. I was one of them dudes out there helping parking, directing traffic. I was a volunteer at this church. But when I needed the church, oh man, they didn't want nothing to do with me. It was like I was annoying to the bull. Bull was like, man, you see how Druski was when dude walked up to that car at the end? It was like, hey man, you pay your towels and hey, like man, get the on. That's how I felt. How bro was. What's good with you? What's going on? How everybody doing? That's how I felt. That's how I got handled, bro. Hit the like button if you in here, right? Hit the like button on your way in, and I would greatly appreciate it, right? That's exactly how I felt entering that church, right? Hold on, I got to share this to my socials, so stay down. The church, you know, every Sunday, man, you know, I'm volunteering. I'm getting there early in the morning to help with the church. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, Kingston. Man, that's love, man. I'm in here, man. Like I say, man, I'm showing love back. I want to network with dudes, man. If you do content, man, follow me on Instagram at oldboy100. The same thing, just like the channel, at oldboy100. So I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing. I'm trying to do the right thing at least. You know, I'm not knowing any better. I'm like ghetto as ever. I just know I'm going to church. I'm showing up. I'm doing everything I could. I'm faithful to this church. I'm never missing church. You couldn't get me to miss church. You know what I'm saying? Every Sunday, me and my kids showing up in there. So it just hurted the fact when I needed the church, they wasn't there for me. I'm like, I just wanted a simple conversation, man to man. You know, this guy, I just had donated some money. He said he was going to Africa, bro. That's why when look, Druski said he was going to Zimbabwe. My pastor said he was going to collecting donations so he can go to Africa too. And you know, I donated. I wanted to see him go to Africa. I'm like, maybe he's going to find a word. I don't know what's going on when he collected the donations for the church so he can go. So, bro, they don't care about you, bro. They don't care about you, bro. They care less about you, for real. Once they get the money, they wrap it up and keep it going and go about their separate ways. They don't care nothing about what you got going on in your personal life. That's not their business. It's not their business. Bad, listen. I'm on this highway, right? I got to keep checking this GPS, make sure I'm right. I'm coming from Buffalo, New York, and it's a snowstorm. I had to take the back routes. You know I got the transportation service, E-Class Transportation and Courier Service, right? I had to take the back route back home because the highway is so many trucks crashed, there's so many accidents. I'm taking the back route home. I'm trying to play it safe. I'm taking Route 5, Route 20. But back to the church, man. They showed me no support when I was at my weakest, man. I probably just needed a good conversation. I didn't want no money from these dudes. Like, all he had to do was just speak some life into me. Like, yo, man, listen, I know what you're going through. You know, as a man, we all go through it, and I get it. I couldn't get none of that. I didn't get none of that. I was more of getting dubbed. I'm getting like, yo, watch out. Then, like I said, I ran up on him at church. I said, you know, Pastor, you know, I'm just going through things, you know. My mental ain't right. You know, I'm trying something new. Everything I'm doing right now is new to me. This is a new lifestyle for me. And like I said, I wasn't raised in the church. I used to go to church with my step parents and my step grandmother, my dad's wife in Chicago, Second Mount Vernon. But other than that, I didn't go to church. I never went to church with my mom. I don't believe not once. I can't even name a day my mom was like, get up, it's time for church. Never in my life. But my stepmom used to take me to church. Because in Chicago, they big into the churches. I got baptized in Chicago, too, in the lake at Wisconsin Dells. I got baptized in Wisconsin Dells. However it go. Bro, them churches, them big churches, they don't mean no well to nobody but getting that money and keeping them seats filled and everything like that. We was in a high school, you getting mad money. They built a church from the ground up. A church from the ground up. Within the first probably year I was in that, mind you, I'm in there faithful. That's how long I was going. I was in there. I was like faithful to church. Like I was like lame. I'm extra lame and square with it. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm in there clapping. You know what I mean? They had a rock band in there playing and stuff like that every Sunday. A live rock band. They used to have Christian rappers, all type of stuff, man. You know what I mean? But they had a nice setup. I ain't gonna even lie to you. They had like a sound team. They had a visual team. They had everything going on for the church. The church was a beautiful church. I ain't gonna even front. I ain't gonna sit and act like he probably invested a lot into the church. I ain't gonna lie to you. But he didn't invest the word. And all I needed was some words, some positive words to me. Like, I'm dealing with a lot right now. Like, I was on the fence about leaving my family. Like, you know what I mean? I'm ready to leave my family. I'm ready to leave Georgia. I'm getting tired of Georgia. I was like, yo, I'm about to leave. And you know what's crazy? Ultimately, I end up leaving Georgia. Right up under my kid's mom's nose. I just disappeared. She was gone. I had a family member from that was from Erie on his way back to he was on his way back to Erie, and I found out he was in Georgia. I caught a ride with him. I left my family, dog. Left everything down there. So yeah, I was mentally broken. I gave up on Georgia. I just left, like, and I ended up moving back later on, but I gave up. And it was like, what if I was suicidal? Pause. I don't want to, I ain't monetized, but still, I don't want my stuff to get knocked. What if my mind wasn't right and I was ready to just give up on life, and all I needed was that word? All I needed is just some positive influence, just some good conversation, just to keep me going. They wasn't there for that. That was irrelevant to them. That was very irrelevant to them. They ain't got nothing to do with them. It was more, man, listen, man, pay that tithes and offering, man, and go about your business. I ain't got time to be hearing what you got personally. Shout out to the sponsor, Red Bull. They ain't paid me yet, but still, I need this Red Bull right now and get back in the city. But yeah, man, like, and that was the foulest thing ever, if you ask me. And take advantage of people that's really supporters, some real supporters, like that really like rock with you, that really like showing up every Sunday, volunteering every Sunday. And when it was my time, I just needed a simple conversation. They wasn't there for me. They just turned their back on me. They basically shoot fly don't bother me type ish. And that was crucial for me. That was crucial for my mindset. They don't even realize they probably could have saved my family. They probably could have saved me from just leaving. I was so mad at everything. I was mad at the church. I was mad at everything. My money wasn't right. I used to listen to my brother's song. My brother had a song. It was hard. It was called "I Belong to the Streets. I belong to the block with my it's toting heat." But I used to listen to that because I used to be stressed out and frustrated. So I'm playing that song like, yo. One day I'm riding on the highway in Georgia. I'm riding on 75. I'm singing on 285, I believe. I'm singing at the top of my lungs. I belong to the streets. I belong to the block with my ninjas toting heat. I belong to the summertime heat. I'm like, dang. It pushed me back to the trap, fam. Look, right? I learned now. Don't get it messed up. This was probably 15 years ago. I ain't really been to church. I've really lost faith in church, honestly, after the mega church experience. And I shouldn't lose faith in church. I ain't say I lose faith in God. I lost faith in the church system because I didn't understand that was a mega church. This 15 years ago. I've never been to a mega church. I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania. I moved to Georgia. I moved to Ackworth, Georgia, Sandy Springs. We driving far to go to this church. We used to drive from Sandy Springs to go to this church. Then we moved to Ackworth, and then we went to the church while we were still living in Ackworth because we was closer to the church then. Yeah, bro, I gave up, bro. I was like, gave up faith, bro. I said, forget church. I gave up on all that, the whole thought process of it. And I haven't been to none since, really. And maybe I shouldn't feel like that because that ain't got nothing to do. That was an individual church. But I'm going to tell you, Pastor, something. If you collect a man money every Sunday, a man volunteer for your every Sunday, at least get a man the dignity and respect to have a conversation with them when you see they crashing out, you see they going through something. And I don't know no man that'll voluntarily go sit down and talk to a man about their business, unless it's that real. I was to the point where I was willing to voluntarily speak to this man about my business, my personal business that I was dealing with. And I was looking at him as a pastor role. I ain't holler at my homeboys about what I was going on in life. I felt like I could seek a pastor. I ain't even tell my dad what was going on. I was keeping up a lifestyle. I'm down there in Atlanta, super entourage mode behind Shorty Low them. I was super entourage. Sometimes I got paid to drive like Johnny Cabell to get me to drive for him, made a couple dollars off him, but other than that, like, I didn't have no motion. I worked at Walgreens, was making pennies on the dollar. I was going through a thing. And you got to understand, imagine a trap dude trying to get a job. Bro, I couldn't even fathom getting up in the morning and going to work. That even got frustrating. I ended up quitting. You know what I mean? Like, bro, sometimes to the pastors, like I'm saying, sometimes a good word, a listening ear mean everything to people, man. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, just a listening ear. I'm not expecting you to give me no money, man. Go in your pocket and hand me some bread. None of that. I needed that conversation. I needed somebody to just be like, man, listen, just stay down, man. You'll be okay, man. Just stay faithful to what you believe in and just stay down. Come to church Sunday and we'll discuss it. At least say something. Just be like, yeah, we'll talk about it in person. I see you on Sunday. No, he ignored me, man. Mind you, we was friends on Facebook. He'll look at my message, bro. That's when people like, oh, left me on scene. You know what the left me on scene, Joan. Bad. Like I said, I'm checking to the GPS. Bro left me on scene, bro. Left me on scene, fam. That's when I ain't know what getting left on scene was. He'll read my message and just. I have heard that before. I look like Little John, Nipsey. I done heard everything. T.I. My Bankhead homies call me T.I. When I go to Atlanta, I go on Bankhead. My homeboy be like, look at Tip, boy, goddamn Tip. Yeah, I've been called everything, but like, look. Bro, my faith was questioned. So, yeah, I lost a lot of faith in the church and the word and listening to a dude preach to me, knowing he really care less about what I got going on, long as and it's a slight pressure to make sure you put that money in that plate. You don't want to be the person that don't put no money in the collection plate, bro. Like, you don't want to be that guy. Don't want to be that guy. I didn't want to be that person. I didn't. Did I? There was sometimes I wasn't able financially, Sometimes I just, I was barely making it. We paying these high bills, I got kids and everything. I did everything I could the righteous way, though. I wasn't jugging. I wasn't doing the most. I don't know what this guy talking about. Oh, man, listen, man, y'all been commenting. Appreciate everybody that comment, like, and subscribe on my YouTube, even if y'all just looking at the shorts, if y'all looking at the watching the videos. I appreciate all that, man. That's love. If y'all watch people tuning in my live, I'm gonna keep on giving y'all these lives. I'm gonna keep on talking to my people about real stuff that I dealt with from my point of view. I'm not here to drag no man. I'm not here to talk down on no man. I ain't here. I'm not judgmental. I'm not here to, be like, oh, he used to do this and he used to. So everybody did stuff in a young age. Like, nobody perfect, bro. So sometimes you just gotta recognize, man, be the perfect person you could be to you and yours, and even just in the community. If you can look out here and there, like I say, I just sponsored a basketball tournament. I wasn't the sole sponsor, but I was one of the sponsors at a basketball tournament for 7th and 8th grade boys. That felt good to me. You know what I'm saying? It was just something different for me. It's a blessing to be able to do that too. Like, that's just not regular. But peace and respect, man. Same old boy 100. Counting these hundreds, I started with nothing. If you can hit the comment, my bad. If you can comment, like, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it, man. I would greatly appreciate it, bro. Like, Gotta be love. I need all the support I can get, man. If you can subscribe to my page, if you rocking with me, just hit the sub, hit the like button every now and then, man. Like, you know, I'm grinding from the bottom, man. I don't got the biggest following, but I'm here, man. I'm here for y'all, and I'm here with the truth, man. Same old boy 100. Counting these hundreds, I started with nothing. Peace.